Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Crash Twinsanity for the PS2. And in this episode, we're going to be finishing off Insanity Island. Yes, I know, already.
Oh, Crash. The farmer's market is tomorrow, and my wampa trees won't grow, for my orchard is riddled with greedy worms. If you rid my land of these pests, I'll give you this power crystal.
I'm an evil scientist. What do you expect? This isn't a game.
I love how Cortex just breaks the fourth wall there, basically saying this isn't a game. Now, which I suppose makes some kind of sense of things. But yeah, after doing that, we've stunned the chicken for some reason, where he looks a bit unconscious, to be honest, but never mind. Although after that, for some reason, and I don't know why, I don't really see this to be necessary at all, but we have to play this game. I've got what it's called, but it reminds me of, you know, the Game & Watch? The Game & Watch gallery, if you will? Damn it, I think it was called Vermin. Yeah, I think it was called Vermin, where you have to, like, wet these moles with hammers. It reminds me a bit of that, to be honest. And it is the most easiest part of the game, if you ask me. If you screw up on that, then you probably shouldn't be playing this game, to be honest. Although after that, we're actually going to be coming up to the boss in a minute, which is okay, I guess, because, I mean, honestly, that's probably one of my flaws with this game. This game doesn't really have that good bosses, really, apart from Dingadal. Dingadal's boss fight is bloody awesome and challenging. It's my favourite one in the game, really. I don't mind fighting him any day, to be honest. But other than that, the other bosses there, yeah, they're okay. This one isn't too bad.
I tell you, you boys have been doing swell. Just swell. Anyhow, we've been taking in the sights of Insanity Island here. Nice digs. So much to see, so much to destroy. You got the native village, the lava caves, the totem gods. Yeah, back in the 10th dimension, we don't have anything near as nice as the totem gods. The vivid colors, the intricate carving, you know, it's almost as if they're alive. Yeah. Almost. Exactly as if they're alive.
I really don't know why there's no sound on this bit. It's probably because they were actually missing it from the game and stuff, because you know what I was saying, basically, they are missing a lot from this game. Like, it may look complete when you look at it and play it, but there is an actual lot of cut content. You'll especially find that, like, in the credits and the hidden art galleries that I'm probably going to show in the bonus video, but not every single one of them is, I mean, well, that would be a bit tiresome, wouldn't it? But this boss fight is pretty much you just run around and you try and throw Cortex in his mouth. But my problem with it is, blimmin' hell, sometimes you have to be really precise in order to throw it inside his mouth. Otherwise he'll miss or something. And it's really weird how he goes, then he sort of like touches his lip and then sort of slides in. I don't know how that works, but it just does. Either way, what I like to do is just jump to in time to the music. Because why not? Because it makes it look like Cortex is Raven or something. I know, I'm just easily amused by that kind of thing going on and stuff like that. But still. Also, he shoots these red lasers, and it's kind of unsettling with his eyes being red and all that. I suppose some enemies have to look menacing and things, but so far the boss fight appears to be going okay. Usually I am not the best at this one, because every time I try to throw Cortex, I sometimes miss for some reason of things. And honestly, during this LP, actually, I'm expecting a lot of deaths, as Crash Twinsanity is not really a game I'd say that you can just pick up and play without dying. This isn't Kirby level of difficulty, you know? This is maybe not Mega Man levels of difficulty, but, you know, just like, you gotta be really cautious of what you're doing and things. And I will admit, sometimes when you get hit in places and that, it can be really unfair. Like, where is it? When we actually defeat this boss, I don't know whether to show you or so, but if you actually jump onto him, what happens is you die just by jumping on him even after he's dead. I don't know how that makes any sense, but yeah. They must have forget to program it or something. I love how he just raises his hand at the end.
Oh, nuts. There's nuts? Well, you gave it your best shot. But even now, our vice versa reverser device is in operation, sucking the goodness out of this dimension and leaving behind the worst of all possible worlds. We just like making a mess. See you all, losers! Say, is it lunchtime yet?
10th dimension. Yes, yes! In the dark ocean of my intellect swims a magnificent whale of a plan. To the laboratory! We're not beaten yet. The game is on.
This is probably like the point of the game where you actually see Cortex and Crash work together. It's funny how they're just fighting at the beginning and then they realise the error of their own ways. And, you know, they just, like, combine their powers and become Captain Planet. Oh well. Oh well, I actually never noticed that. Holy crap, you can actually see the island from here. I never noticed that. That's weird. Probably because I'm playing this through Component and it looks glorious and things. But, wow. That's actually really good draw distance. This game's draw distance is not really that bad and things. Because the whole visuals I don't really mind. I mean, I like all the models. Crash's model doesn't look too bad, really. It's a great improvement compared to his Wrath of Cortex one, though. Wrath of Cortex's model was okay, but to me it was a bit creepy in places. I don't know about you. I much preferred his Twinsanity model. Because I actually find Twinsanity the better game over Wrath of Cortex, but that's just my opinion. If you like Wrath of Cortex more than Twinsanity, so be it. But, yeah, we all have opinions. Even though this is the internet, nobody gives a shit. Okay. I think, is that the last gem? It could be. Yep, there we go. If I press R1 or so, you can basically see I have all these gems right here. Cool, so that sends Sanity Island done. Nice! It went by a bit quicker than I was expecting, really, but I'm probably going to die in a minute if I'm not careful of these things. Because sometimes they can be a pain in that, especially when you try to slide into them, and, you know, you don't really have enough time to get up. See, like that, see, I swear I clicked the circle button, but for some reason it didn't register. At least though, when you collect the gems, when you die, they don't reset. Something I actually noticed, really, in Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, and I don't remember this actually being part of the originals, which I thought was a pretty friggin' awesome improvement. So, you know when you're going through a level and you're trying to find all the boxes and things? There may just be this one box that you missed, which is like, stupidly at the very beginning or something. If you go for, you know, the later checkpoints, and you go back to get that box, but then you accidentally die, you don't have to go the way back to it again, because what it does is it memorizes it, so that way, when you restore back to the checkpoint, it keeps it. That's pretty cool on that. It makes it a lot easier and accessible, and I don't know why that wasn't a thing in the past, really. I suppose it was the PlayStation, and they wanted the game to be more difficult, but still. Other than that, that's, yeah, that's pretty much my only thing with Wrath of Cortex. Oh, God. Wow. This time I jumped like mad. So I hate the falling animation. It's a waste of time and things. It's like in Sonic 06, you know, where Sonic runs, he falls over or bashes into a wall. They also brought that back in Sonic Unleashed as well, and I thought, why? I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, I just want to blast through everything. Why do I have to slow down by slamming into a wall, you know? It wastes like 3 seconds of my time. Plus, it's not good for speedrunners either. I can imagine how annoying that must have been. Like, to realise that you can't really jump too high, otherwise you're going to take fall damage and waste like 3 seconds of your speedrun. You know? Come onto my boat, furry man, I can take you to the other place. Okay, if you like. Who actually says that? It's never told. There's nobody in the ship either. It's that there's this massive smiley face in it. I don't know why, but I don't know. When I go on this boat, though, it always reminds me of going to, damn it, what's the place called? That place in Jak and Daxter. Damn it, I forgot what it was called. It's called something Island. Never mind, but it reminds me of that. Jak and Daxter is an awesome game, too. Never know, I might LP that one day. We'll see. As it pretty much is Banjo-Kazooie, but Sony's take of it, I find.
Before you rises a cathedral of diabolical genius. Scary, but in the wrong hands, this iceberg lair could do much goodness in the world. Of course, only I have the key. Absurd. Follow me! I know another way.
Oh dear. Yes, so the whole cause of this massive adventure is Cortex doesn't know how to open his door because of misprogramming for his remote. If it wasn't for that, if we just got in, we would be at the last level by now. But I suppose the game developers had to pan it out. Even though it was going to be a lot longer before, but still. Oh well. Can I actually just do this first time? Nope, I can't. Great. Now this is the part where it actually gets really annoying because this massive open world, which I love looking around by the way, has a ton of gems for you to collect. You can actually collect all of them in one shot in this area, which I am going to do depending on how long it takes me and that, given the fact that the time is already at 11 minutes so far. Hopefully it should go good in that, but even though I screwed up the first time in Steph. Plus a lot of people actually like the OST to this area, which is the Iceberg Lab. I can see why and things. For me, my favourite one would probably most likely always be River Roller Brawl back in Twinsanity Island. You know, one where basically... Oops, great, I screwed that one up. Well, I'll tell you what I could do. I could just go for the other ones instead for now. You know the part like where he's trying to hide from those people looking at us through binoculars? That part I really adore. I don't know why. It's also apparently hidden with subliminal messages as well. Like, apparently, even though he goes Baduga, he's actually saying Hadouken, apparently, to some people. And even say row your boat, like, if you listen closely. I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Anyway. There's the first gem over there. Well, to be honest, you don't really have to get them in a particular order. And I like it when games do that. I like how... Wow. Okay. At least that makes it easier for me to get the other one, and that, given the fact that it resets the boxes and that. But, you know, whenever games, like, just put you or dump you in this massive world, and you don't have to do anything in any order you want, I like that. I really like that idea. Something that was introduced mostly, I believe, in the first Zelda game. Which I did an LP of, but don't check it out. It's bloody aged. And I was right thinking that it would be a good idea. Anyway. Can I actually do this right? Nope, I can't. Maybe I just need to move the camera around on that part. Still. Is there any more? I believe there is. One thing that I noticed, which is kind of strange, though recently I played the game and I actually beat it for some reason. I don't know, I was so carried away I played through from beginning to end. I noticed that if you look down when you're on the last level, it looks like they used the same model of the Iceberg Lab, which is this one, but just made it more red and things. That could just be like, they were too lazy to make the final game, so they just thought, okay, let's just come up with this thing called the 10th dimension, and just use the same model for the Iceberg Lab, but then just enhance it a bit. At least that's what I think, anyway, but still. Right, there we go. Sometimes you may have to, like, move the camera down in order to see where you're going, because I will admit, the camera's pretty terrible in this game in some places. And if you move it down, like, into a top-down Zelda game kind of view, it's a bit easier to see where you're going, since it always worked in, like, those kind of games anyway. Apart from, you have to, like, be very careful with the analog stick. This is not going well at all, is it? Oh boy. Alright, second go, but this time I'm actually going to be looking down so I can see where the hell I'm going with this one. And there we go, that's what I wanted to do. Fair enough, fine. Apparently just doing it the normal way isn't really good enough. Oh, I didn't actually have to get that blowing up thing anyway. Because all it was for was 2 lives. Never mind, I mean I have 56. Jesus Christ. When you just play the game, like, you know, that you haven't played in a while and then you just breeze through it, you'd be amazed at how many lives you got. And for goodness sake, when I did Crash 3, I had like 95. That was insane. I would have never got that much when I was a kid and stuff, playing it for the first time. Cool. How many gems? It's 3, wow. I mean, that was a bit quicker than I was expecting, considering we're at 15 minutes so far. I'll tell you what, when I've collected all these gems now, I'll probably end this episode off here, because I know it seems convenient. Okay, right, bouncing up these. And, I'm not supposed to get that way, that's fair enough, fine. Oh yeah, I remember now. I have to go over that bridge, don't I? In order to find that bit over there. But still, I do love the OST in this era. To be honest, I love the whole soundtrack, to be honest. The only one that I find is a bit weird, and you probably look a bit weird listening to this like in public or something, is the fight where you fight Embryo and Entropy. It's just a load of racket, that one. It sounds good, but not if you're listening to it with somebody. They're just going to find you insane. Because all it's just a load of fart noises and things. Apparently that's music. Basically put, it's like listening to Woodfall Temple from Majora's Mask. If you know what I'm talking about. Oh right, I was going to say, I thought I could go up that man. I was like, what? That can't be possible. We're only just at the start of the game. Please tell me they fixed that. Like people are saying though, there's a lot of glitches in the game. I haven't come across one so far, mainly because I'm not trying to break the game or anything. I just like playing it normally and things. But apparently, if you like do jumps and special things, like you know belly flops in certain areas, you can actually break most of the game. You can actually look up more videos about it if you like. But I don't know. Whenever you can break a game, I don't really see it as a flaw. I find it really fun because it just shows that you know. It shows how It shows how good you are with the controls, like that way you can access otherwise inaccessible areas, if I'm talking about things. Other people may look at it as in, you know, it's terrible programming, they should have fixed that. Me, I'm like, nah, forget it. I mean, makes it more fun, doesn't it, just to go out of the boundaries exploring things? I mean, I love sequence breaking the Super Metroid, so here it's not bad either. Even though they don't really intend you to do it, but I don't know, to me, I just find it fun. Alright, anyway. Alright, there's a gem over there. That's cool. I believe I'm after this one. That's the last one, I believe. Is that right? No, we got another one after that. Wherever that one is. Don't know. Oh yeah, I remember. It's actually down below somewhere, isn't it? That's fair enough. There we go. Cool. Okay, in that case, follow my advice with this, because that will help you out. If you're above a bottomless pit, move the camera down by just putting the analog stick all the way to the top. It will help out a ton. The only tricky part is trying to keep the analog stick still, because otherwise it moves about, and then that really ruins your trajectory. I can never say the word trajectory. It's always like a bit tongue-twisted to me. Alright. So, got that gem. Now, where is... Yep, there it is. It's down there. I see it. I knew it had to be down over here somewhere, because I remember it being in the middle. Alright. Shall I just descend on this one? Yeah, I don't see why not. Just move the camera down. Watch him do his silly little animation. I don't know why that's a thing, but it just is. And yeah, there we go. That's all of them. We're at 26% so far, but I mean, we're already a quarter of the way through the game. And this is what episode? Death. That's what episode it is. Episode 4? It's either episode 4 or 5. I don't know. You'll know by looking at the title of the video, but still. So I reckon we're going to call it off here then for this episode. In the next episode, Crash Twinsanity for the PlayStation 2, obviously. We're going to be going further by going inside that cave over there, and seeing what lies ahead up this massive, massive mountain. And hopefully get to his lab. Take care guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Crash Twinsanity, and I'll see you in the next one. I love moving the camera around in this area. So cool looking at everything.